once again to everyone on this episode of Raman Reasons. Before I go any further, I'd like to request the new visitors to this particular channel to subscribe, and also for the regular viewers to like this video. The last time I spoke to you, I mentioned that this test match was heading for an enthralling finish, and that was at the end of day two of the Headingley test. Now, 4 days have gone in this test match, and there's one day remaining, which is obviously a day where England will be chasing a target of 371. I still maintain that this test match will be fantastic. It will head to a pulsating finish because all the three results are possible. England have a dangerous batting lineup, and their approach is also very threatening in that they like to get runs quickly, they like to dominate the opposition attack, and that is a kind of batting lineup which can cause headaches to the best of bowling attacks when they chase a target. As far as the pitch is concerned, it's still good for batting. The bounce is fairly true, barring a few spots from which the ball is rearing and it's also seaming quite a bit. But none of that will affect the batters because all those spots are way outside the line of the stumps. So the England batters will be looking forward to overhauling the target and going one up. And talking about Indian batting lineup, they did a fantastic job, especially KL Rahul. He had to provide a solid foundation as an opener because he had shown glimpses of good form in the first innings, and he gave a lot of confidence by the manner in which he negotiated the deliveries uh, in the first innings. He left the deliveries which were pitched outside the off stump really well, and because of his experience and because of his class, he was obviously expected to provide a good start, which he did in great style. I, for one, felt that his innings was a role model of technique, it was a role model of temperament, and is also a master class in terms of how to build an innings in a test match. His innings obviously set the tone for India, and it also provided a lot of confidence to the others as well. Unfortunately, Gill couldn't fire in this innings, but Rishabh Pant played a fantastic knock in that there was a bit of everything in that innings of his. The reason why I say this is because in the first half of his innings, he was very circumspect, he was very subdued, and he was very sedate, which is very unnatural as far as is concerned, because we all know that Rishabh Pant is one who likes to dominate the attack and get runs quickly and really smash the ball around the park. And in fact, he also likes to clear the boundaries by hitting some lusty blows. But that was not to be, because he was looking to try and ensure that England did not really get an upper hand too soon in this test match. He, in the company of KL Rahul, put up a grand partnership, and once Rishabh Pant got to his 50, and once the conditions were conducive for some stroke play later in the afternoon, he really showed his true colors. He started hammering the England bowlers all around the park. And the interesting thing was that uh, during that innings, when he was close to his 100, he was looking to pick up singles and ensure that he got to his 100. Normally, Rishabh Pant likes to take a punt when he is in the 90s. By that I mean that he likes to get to his 100 with a 6 if possible. But there he was in the second innings, really grafting around during the first half, and in the second half as well. He was very circumspect. Yet we saw some glimpses of the good old Rishabh Pant we all know. And KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant were the mainstays for the Indian batting lineup. And the cause for concern, as far as the Indian batting is concerned, is the collapse that we saw in both innings. In fact, in the first innings, India lost 7 wickets for a matter of mere 41 runs, and in the second innings, they lost 6 wickets while scoring just about 33 runs. This was something that was not expected from the Indian side twice in a test match. Yes, we always see a side collapsing once in a way, but here it was India repeating just about what they did in the first innings. However, they have a task on hand tomorrow because the pitch is good, and if the weather is going to be nice, and if there's going to be great sunshine in Headingley, it's going to be a bit of a problem for them. But I, for one, get the feeling that Jadeja might come in very handy on a dry pitch on day 5, because we saw the English off spinner Bashir make the ball turn and jump on a few occasions. And if the ball starts turning on a regular basis on the final day, Jadeja can perhaps spin India to victory. But that is something that we'll have to wait and see. But Bumrah was fantastic in the first innings as expected, and he looked head and shoulders above the rest. And every time that he bowled, he looked like getting a wicket. And not surprisingly, he picked up a 5-4. And there are a lot of expectations from Bumrah to do the trick again and bowl India to victory. But the important thing here is that the Indian pacers, apart from Bumrah, were not really on the money in the first innings. They were good in patches, but that cannot win India a test match. They need to be a lot more consistent. We saw a fair bit of improvement in terms of length and line from the England fast bowlers in the second innings. And that is something the Indian fast bowlers, other than Bumrah, have to try and work out. Because Bumrah, we know, can be deadly, and he's a fantastic reader of the game, and also he knows what exactly that he's got to do under different set of circumstances and conditions. The others, quite obviously, have to glean from him and try and get things sorted out and bowl a lot more consistently than they did in the first innings. It's a huge test for both the sides, in fact, because England would obviously fancy the chances because they've chased down a real big target in Headingley in 2019 when Ben Stokes played a crucial role for them. And they'll be looking to draw some inspiration from some good chases they've had in the past in Test cricket in the fourth innings. And as far as India is concerned, they'll be looking to Bumrah to lead the charge for them and get them going tomorrow on the final day. It's going to be an enthralling display, as I said earlier, and all I would want to see is a good day's of cricket being played on the final day. I say this because there is some possibility of the weather playing spoil sport on the final day at Headingley, but let's keep our fingers crossed and hope we get to see 90 overs of enthralling cricket. Both the sides will have a lot of hard work to do. There'll be a lot of pressure, there'll be a lot of tension, and it's going to be a great spectacle for the people present on the ground and also for the people watching it on the television across the world. So it's a good chance for this inexperienced Indian side to go one up because they've done really well in terms of winning a few sessions more than England have done in this test match. And if they do well in the first couple of sessions on the final day, I think they are in with a good chance of really putting it past England and going one up in the series. Will that happen? We all hope that India will pull off a heist tomorrow, but all in all, we are in for a great days of play tomorrow at the Headingley, and I, for one, would want to see India go one up, and that would be the kind of start that teams would always like to have in a five-test series, especially for a touring side to England. And given that this Indian side is perhaps lacking a bit of experience, we would all want India to go one up. But don't count England out because they've been playing a fearless brand of cricket in the recent past, and it's going to be a good tussle between the Indian bowlers and the English batters. May the best team win, is what I would like to say, but I'm sure that all of you would be rooting for India no matter what. And as it is, they have given a lot of pleasure for us in the first 4 days of the test match. And regardless of what the result tomorrow might be, we need to try and back this young side, which is showing a lot of spirit and determination. And I would like to sign off by saying that hopefully in 24 hours' time we would see Shubman Gill win the first test as captain, but again, that has to be achieved through a lot of uh, hard work and some disciplined bowling from India. Anyway, let's wait and see. And until I catch up with you tomorrow, post the game, be good and stay safe.